Hello, my name is P.T. Hylton, and here I am today. That's a weird way to say it. I'm here today to talk about two books that are going to make you afraid to leave your home. Those are Through the Woods by Emily Carroll and Demon Frenzy by Harvey Click. Let's start with Through the Woods. This is a book I picked up because it was one of the reads for the Goodreads group Book Reading Buddies, and I hadn't heard of it before that, so I picked it up. First of all, I will say I'm really glad I picked this up in the physical paper copy edition because it's beautiful. You can't really probably tell it through there, but like the letters here are raised, and the trees and everything are raised. It's very textured. It's just beautiful looking, and it feels nice. It feels nice on the skin. This is a collection of 5 stories. They are it's a graphic novel, if we can call it that. You can't really call it a novel because it's 5 stories. It's a graphic short story collection of 5 stories. And these stories all have something to do with the woods. I would say these stories are creepy. They're very creepy stories. They're not scary necessarily, but they're creepy and unsettling. A lot of them are sort of twisted takes on fairy tale ideas. One of them has sort of a Beauty and the Beast kind of motif. One of them has sort of a Little Red Riding Hood type of motif to it. There's very strong elements of that in it. All the stories are beautifully drawn. I love the art style that's used in this book, and I love the way that these stories have a lot of space in them. There's not a ton of words in these stories, which really lets your imagination run wild with these. I would almost compare them to if you read the comic book Sandman. Every once in a while they have some standalone short stories. They're like an issue that won't really have too much on the surface to do with the overall overarching story, even though thematically it always ties in somehow or another. But I always loved those stories, those standalone issues of Sandman, and Through the Woods kind of took me to that same place. So if you like graphic novels, if you like spooky, creepy stories, I highly recommend Through the Woods. It kind of took me back to something about it made me feel almost childlike in the way that it told their stories in kind of a fairy tale manner. So that's Through the Woods. Next up, we have Demon Frenzy by Harvey Click, which has a pretty crazy cover. I think you'll agree. Harvey Click is an author that I've been hearing about recently. Hadn't read anything by him. I know he's known for his fairly extreme horror stories. They're not for the faint of heart, is what I've always heard. But they are very well written and really cool stories if you're into horror. And after reading one, I very much agree. Demon Frenzy is the story of this woman named Amy who returns to her hometown to find her brother. It's a small town in the Appalachian Mountains. So right there, you got small town, Appalachian Mountains, trying to find your brother. I'm in. I was in at that part. But what she finds when she gets back to the town is that it's a lot worse than she remembered. Everyone is just so poor, and most people are on drugs of some sort. So if they're not making drugs or selling drugs, they're taking drugs, or everyone's somehow involved in this drug trade. The sheriff in town is corrupt, and that's the good part, because once Amy digs past the surface of all that a little bit, she starts discovering what's really going on in the town, which the title of the book's Demon Frenzy, so I'll let you kind of make your own assumptions from there. Very interesting story, though. I would describe Harvey Click as, he reminded me a lot of the writer Richard Lehman, who, I don't know if you've ever read anything by him. It was one of those where he wrote like 30 novels, I think, and wasn't widely well known in the United States until after I think in like the just a year or two before his death. Leisure Press started republishing some of his books, and he started getting some attention from that. But he had a very like no holds barred, not for the faint of heart, but also very well written style that Harvey Click reminds me of a lot. So if you're a fan of Richard Lehman, or if you're a fan of someone like probably like Bentley Little, I would say give Harvey Click a read. The book was only 99 cents on Amazon when I picked it up. I'm not sure if it still is or not. I should have checked that before this. But anyway, head over to Amazon and check that out. If you love horror and you're not afraid of the little bit more extreme end of the horror scale, I would highly recommend Harvey. Great writing and good story. So that's going to do it for this time. Through the Woods and Demon Frenzy. I will be back Probably my next video will be my to read list for November. So I will talk to you later this week. Bye.